I was on a kidney transplant list for 7 years in California, and my fiance at the time was coming up here for a job transfer, and I called Sacred Heart for crying help practically because I've had kidney failure my whole life. My kidneys were taken out when I was 8 months old, and I had one kidney that my mom gave me and it rejected when I was 18. My 18th birthday, they actually took it out. And I was on the list ever since, so I was tired of being on dialysis 3 times a week for 4 hours a day, and wanted to do better things. And so I called and they said, well, our wait list is only 2 years. And so it was a big move because of course I'd never lived anywhere other than California. But between the two of us, we had done some research about what the community likes here, and the environment, and if it would be a positive environment for me. And I moved up here, and within 4 months I got my kidney. It's been 3 years since my transplant, and I was always told my whole life I couldn't have children, and when I moved up here they said that was possible, and last year I had my daughter, so she's 7 months. So I'm real excited to be a mom. And I think when you have a child, that opens up new doors, because you want better for them. Actually, I had heard about the program through where I worked. Joe was the neighbor, so to say, in the same building. And, just through talking to him, S.O.A.R.ing is really close to him. So, just through hearing about it and hearing about the kids that they were helping in the community, and then to find out all the kids in the community who have never heard of the program, I think what made me fall in love with the program is because it was a program that I would have wanted. My mom passed away when I was 9, shortly after me having a spout with some health problems, and she passed away in my arms when I came home from school. And I just remember hearing about the program and them helping kids whose parents have passed on, or kids who are struggling with an illness. And I know what that's like to be different and to not be able to, do a lot of group activities because you're restricted. And a lot of kids in that age group that we help, they don't understand that a kid with disabilities can do the same thing they can do. When they asked me to be a part of the board, the only thing that I kept saying to myself is, I finally get to speak for the kids. I finally get to tell everyone to put all their problems aside and realize the people of our future. We have a board of 6, and they come in with their trials and tribulations, but at the end of the day it's about the kids and about making sure that our nonprofit strives over, not necessarily over other nonprofits in the area, but can join with them. Currently we're looking to be with the Children's Village. We're hoping to get with them, and we've also made connections to New Hope. And my daughter goes to Early Head Start. That was a connection that I found in the community, and they've asked me to be on their policy council, as well as doing S.O.A.R.ing and being a full-time student at NIC. I just want to make sure that my daughter gets all the advantages, and when there are disadvantages or when things aren't going her way, that she learns early on in life that we're going to be there, and that people in the community who have never met her can still give her the same chances that we would give her at our home. I'd have to say, for our future, of course I've always got my daughter in mind, and the other kids. I think it would be to, allow schools to maybe advertise or, introduce other outside programs that are in the community, because I think once the adults see that the kids, are not just wanting to be on the street, not just wanting to play their video games, but they have other outlooks, they just don't know about them. I mean, the opportunity to, say, in S.O.A.R.ing, we help them build their life goals, had to help them set goals within their family, and then they get to go on a flight. And, I don't know any kids, who don't know about the program who would say, oh, I don't want to fly, because I think any chance to be in the sky, is a great opportunity. And that our local businesses can also, they don't have to be donating left and right if they don't have it. They just help with their presence and help by showing that, you know, we want better for our community, for Coeur d'Alene. I mean, and you know, if we think about it, we're a joint community with Post Falls, you know, and we're a joint community even as far out as the Washington-Spokane border. And I mean, to bring all of those together, I don't think there's been two cities that have joined together as much as, you know, Coeur d'Alene and Spokane have tried to do. And you know, you, especially coming from California, you don't see that. Every city wants to stand on its own, and you can't. You know, I've told my daughter, and my husband is a firm believer in, it takes a village to raise a kid. So, you know, as many people that want to be in her life, and as many people that, you know, want to be in other kids' life, I'm welcoming to that. And, you know, I think that S.O.A.R.ing and the other community, you know, the other outreach programs, nonprofit or otherwise, can really benefit from that day and be able to, you know, have celebration and everyone be able to say hi to each other's kids without feeling like there's predators and, you know, all the stuff you hear on the news. It's so scary, and a lot of kids are being judged now because, you know, video games and computers, but that's I don't think that's primarily their fault. I think it's, you know, what they're living in. You know, that's what, if other kids exhibit other activities, kids just know to follow along with other peers. So I think it, you know, once that starts rolling, hopefully that'll work. That'd be nice.